Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S here, back with another video. Hope everyone's well, as always hope. Um, and the weather's nice where you are and whatever, and everything's going well. So in my last few videos, I did my usual 30-point lists about some of the negative sides of Italian football, despite being an Italian football fan. I don't know if you saw them, but anyway, this is the more positive version where I'm trying to market Italian football, and as the title suggests, accentuate all the positives about Italian football. And talk about some of the positive things that maybe can hopefully help the brand of Italian football, so that more overseas owners can come and buy Italian clubs, and it'd be more of an attractive investment to buy Italian clubs. So I'm hoping to benefit Italian clubs as a fan. I know I talked some of the negative stuff, but overall I'm still a fan of Italian football. And I'm a general fan. Anyway, so I'll try and get through this. I haven't really planned it as well as I like, but I'll try and do my best. So I thought I'd talk about some of the a list of, as I say, positive things about Italian football. So here goes. One, I think it's very colourful, like all the different kits you get. They're different, sort of. Maybe I'm a bit biased, but I'm not seeing many from other countries. But to me, as I say, maybe because I've been an Italian football fan since like the 90s, so for a long time. So I feel like the kits are all really colourful. They're different colours to each other. Like if you look at, again, maybe I'm a bit biased, but I feel personally that Italian football is the most like colourful compared to other leagues, in my opinion. So again, I'd love to hear any points to the contrary, or anyone who agrees with me, or any opinions you have, or any thoughts you have. Oftentimes talk about, I don't think it should matter really what people wear or what their fashion is, especially like, I know when they're on TV, like the pundits and all that, they have to wear nice clothes and things like that. I often think I'm a bit sort of rebellious. I don't think they should have to wear nice clothes. So in a way, I kind of think, part of me thinks the main thing in football is I want them to win, so I don't really care that much about what they wear or how they look that much compared to winning the trophies. So, but I still think that, as I say, I think that's still a positive that I hope will attract fans to Italian football. Number two, I think there's some really great coaches and managers and football schools in Italy. I hope they'll develop the youth, from my point of view, but and great academies and things like that. But I think that those football schools, what do you call it? Can't think of the word. The brand of the football schools, hopefully the Italian football schools, I think that AIAC or something is the acronym. I can't remember exactly what it stands for, but those football schools, I think, to transport that brand around the world about the value of Italian football schools and how great they are. And I hope they'll improve on, continue with those relations with like China and India and other parts of Asia, where hopefully, especially in Asia, which I think could be a huge market, as well as the Americas and Africa and places like that, like setting up academies and those training schools. And I know they're doing in China, and it's strange because even though Italian football is quite racist, a lot of time, like the fans, and maybe even the authorities or league to an extent, or some of the politicians, but strangely, Italian football does have like connections with Kenya and South Africa. So although there's a lot of racism, there's still like sort of those sorts of connections, strangely. And Italy's not too far from Africa, so it's separated just by the Mediterranean Sea. So hopefully that those can be improved. So I hope that will in the future improve the brand value. But yeah, I hope to talk about the Italian football schools and coaches and things like that. Conte and Reggio Sacchi and people like that, Allegri and people like that, and can't believe I'm forgetting the name of the guy who was the manager when Leicester won the league. But anywho, so to expand that, export that value around the world. Number three, for football players, looking at Serie A, I think you've got players like Ronaldo now, but traditionally there's been some great players who have played in Italy, like the old Ronaldo, the Brazilian Ronaldo, this Portuguese Ronaldo. I'd love to see Messi come in, but it'd be great to have like a list of the top all-time Serie A players, and new players who've come through are really good, like Mbappe or Messi. I know Mbappe's really the young player coming through, but Messi is one of the best players, if not the best player in the world. to see him in the same league as Ronaldo as well, arguably two of the best players in the world, and bad paying players. I'd love to see them come to Serie A, which could also improve the value, but also it's keep losing my chain of thought. Sorry, to see where they would fit in the. I hope to use those players who have played in the past to sort of say where would you fit in that ranking, and if you play in Serie A, you can be amongst these great players and great names. And it's also a very competitive league with great defenders, so that means you challenge yourself. So the fact that Ronaldo can go there and play really well and score goals shows how great he is, and things like that. Number 4, Italy has won 4 World Cups and an Olympics and a European Cup. Unfortunately, it's not the best compared to Brazil, and Germany might be slightly ahead of us, as they are as a fan, but it's still one of the best records. So I hope that they can use that as a sort of, I think Italian football should use that more as a sort of brand catalyst to sort of attract fans and also potential business buyers for Italian clubs and owners, and it will make and how that would benefit Serie A and the league, and also how they could then hopefully benefit the national team by buying youth academies and buying land wherever possible to invest in young players. And the value of that for me is that you don't have, one, you save more money because you don't have to buy so many players, and 2, you can then sell those players on as they get older. So I think that's a really good value as well, which I hope will benefit in the future. Number 5, again, I think Italian football is like really vibrant, passionate, colourful, quite successful, one of the top leagues. I know when a football owner might come to buy a club, they might not just look for one of the best, not one of the best. A lot of time they do want to buy the best club, but I think it'd be great to see lots of financially successful business owners buying Italian clubs, seeing the passion in Italy and how much they love football, and bring it back to some of the glory days and things like that. And I'm also thinking of making videos. I don't know. I think I'll include it in this video because I don't want these videos because I don't want it to be too long. But I hope to talk about what I think they should ask for when I might do that on Friday. What I think Italian clubs should ask for when with football owners, managers, coaches, players, and the fans and things like that. Again, hope to do that on Friday, all being well. As I call it, Football Friday. Anyway, so yeah, the vibrancy, passion, colour, and all those things I think are really great. I even like some of the names of the teams and all that, I think, but obviously I'm a bit biased, so I'd love to know any opinions to the contrary or whoever agrees with me or whatever. Number 6, I don't know if I should say this word, it's not really a word, but I think Italian football is, I hope to market it as like, obviously when you're marketing your brand, you want to talk about all the positive things, and you want to talk about things that hopefully are going to attract people, whether it's in this case, whether it's fans, owners, players to come see it, and in this case, I think especially supporters and fans and whatever. I think Italian football is pretty sexy. I think it should be marketed as pretty sexy. I don't know if I should say that word, or I don't think it's not a swear word. I know I talk about this channel being family friendly, but I think you can use that word. But anyway, yeah. So number 7, I think there's some really cool supporters of Serie A clubs, and I'd love to find out lists of Serie A club supporters, especially in America and places like that. And I hope the brand will be exported into America and across Asia, as I say, and all around the world. Number 8, I think like there's a lot of passion. Italian football is very passionate, Latin, and I hope to improve relations with other Mediterranean nations, as I've talked before about, and Italians and the rest of the world for football. And I'd love to have like Arab and Asian owners generally buying Italian clubs, and hopefully put it up there with the Premier League, and perhaps Italian fans to invest in Italian football, like to put, or at least like to donate some of their money towards Italian football, so like towards their local clubs, so that they can be financially better. Because I think football is a business, and so I see football as a business, and I'd love to see Italian football as a business again, attracting owners and looking at the financial side of things. Number 9, there's a lot of strategy and tactics and skills in Italian football, so I think it'd be great as well to share some of those YouTube videos, and hopefully that will also make people love Italian football more, all being well. And number 10, I think it's interesting to see now there's some really good young players coming through. So anyway, I'd love to know what you think about this video. I hope I did a good job. Please let me know any thoughts that you have. whether you agree or disagree or anything you want to comment. Peace and love.